On a chilly evening in downtown Los Angeles, people rushed past tents and sleeping bags without a glance. In the midst of the noise and neon, a homeless couple named Ray and Tasha tried to keep their spirits high. Their days were spent looking for safe places to rest, sharing stories, and finding comfort in each other's company. Ray once dreamed of being a musician. He'd played in local bands before losing his job, and then his apartment. Tasha, a singer since childhood, carried hope with her in every note she sang. Despite everything, music had kept them connected to the world, and to themselves. Most nights, Ray played an old acoustic guitar, the paint chipped and the strings worn. Tasha's voice floated over the city's hum as she sang along, their harmonies drawing the attention of passers-by and sometimes earning a few dollars in tips. One night, after performing a soulful rendition of Snoop Dogg's Beautiful, a college student stopped and asked to film them. "You two got something special," she said, promising to share the video online. Ray and Tasha smiled, grateful for the kindness and a chance to be heard. The student uploaded the video to social media with the caption, "Never stop dreaming." Overnight, it began to spread, first among music lovers and then among Snoop Dogg's fans. The couple's raw talent, resilience, and chemistry touched viewers everywhere. Within days, the video racked up thousands, then millions of views. Comments poured in from all over the world, people offering encouragement, sharing similar stories, and tagging Snoop Dogg, hoping he might see it. Ray and Tasha had no idea their lives were about to change. They didn't have phones, so they learned about the video's popularity from people on the street who recognized them and offered congratulations. At a nearby shelter, a volunteer pulled them aside. "You two are famous now. Snoop Dogg himself reposted your video. He's looking for you. He wants to help." Ray was stunned, struggling to believe it was real. Tasha wept, overwhelmed by the possibility that, after years of hardship, someone truly cared enough to reach out. The next morning, a film crew arrived at the shelter with a representative from Snoop Dogg's foundation. "We're here on behalf of Snoop," she said. "He saw your video, and he wants to meet you, and do whatever he can to get you back on your feet." For Ray and Tasha, it was the first sign of hope in a long time. Maybe their music really could open doors. Maybe kindness could change everything. With trembling hands and grateful hearts, they agreed to meet the legend who had unknowingly become a beacon in their darkest days. The following week, Ray and Tasha were brought to a recording studio on the outskirts of Los Angeles. They had never been inside a professional studio before, the walls lined with gold records and the air humming with possibility. As they entered, Snoop Dogg greeted them with warmth and respect. "Y'all sound amazing," he said, hugging Tasha and shaking Ray's hand. "I saw that video and knew I had to meet the folks behind those voices." Snoop sat with them, asking about their lives, struggles, and dreams. Ray spoke about losing his job, his apartment, and how music was the only thing that kept him going. Tasha shared her love for singing and the hope that their music could help others feel less alone. Snoop listened intently, nodding with empathy. "We all go through hard times," he said. "But you two, your love and your talent, that's something special. We need more stories like yours in this world." After their conversation, Snoop invited them to record a song together. The couple could hardly believe it. "We've never been in a studio before," Ray admitted nervously. Snoop smiled. "Don't worry. Just be yourselves. Let that heart show." The studio team set up microphones, tuned Ray's guitar, and encouraged Tasha to warm up her voice. Snoop joined in, rapping verses and harmonizing with the couple on the chorus. The session was electric. Music flowed easily, filled with laughter, a few tears, and moments of pure magic. News of the collaboration spread quickly. Snoop's social media exploded with behind-the-scenes photos and videos, sharing the couple's journey and their incredible talent. The hashtag #DaughterRayandTasha trended nationwide. Snoop's team organized a live stream of the recording session, raising donations for homeless services in Los Angeles. Viewers tuned in from around the world, leaving messages of support and pledging funds. When the final mix was ready, Snoop invited Ray and Tasha to listen in the control room. As the song played, Tasha cried, overwhelmed by how far they had come. Ray squeezed her hand, whispering, "We made it." Before leaving, Snoop presented the couple with new clothes, a year's rent for an apartment, and a scholarship to a local music program. "You got family now," Snoop told them. "We're gonna keep this going." For Ray and Tasha, the world suddenly felt full of possibility again. Within days, the song featuring Ray, Tasha, and Snoop Dogg dropped on streaming platforms. It became an instant hit, not just because of Snoop's name, but because of the raw emotion and genuine chemistry captured in every note. Radio stations picked up the story, playing clips of the couple's journey from the streets to the studio. TV interviews followed, with Ray and Tasha sharing their experiences and the importance of kindness, love, and never giving up. The donations from the livestream helped fund dozens of beds at local shelters, music classes for underprivileged youth, and counseling services for homeless individuals. Ray and Tasha visited these organizations, performing for those still struggling and encouraging them not to lose hope. The community rallied behind them. Neighbors donated furniture for their new apartment. Local businesses offered groceries, and a nearby church organized a welcome dinner. Ray and Tasha, who had once felt invisible, were now embraced as heroes. Snoop continued to mentor the couple, inviting them to perform at charity events and music festivals. Their story was featured in documentaries and news specials, highlighting the power of art and compassion to break cycles of poverty and despair. Ray and Tasha used their platform to advocate for others. "We're grateful for everything Snoop did for us," Tasha told a reporter. "But we know there are so many more people out there with stories like ours. We want to help them, too." The couple started a non-profit, Voices of Hope, partnering with shelters and music schools to provide instruments and lessons for those experiencing homelessness. Their motto was simple: everyone deserves to be heard. As their fame grew, Ray and Tasha never forgot where they came from. They regularly visited Skid Row, sharing food, singing with friends, and offering encouragement to anyone who needed it. Their song became an anthem, not just for the homeless, but for anyone who felt forgotten or lost. The message was clear: hope can begin with a single voice. A year after the first video went viral, Ray and Tasha returned to the same sidewalk where it all began. This time, they weren't alone. A crowd of fans, neighbors, and reporters surrounded them, eager to celebrate the journey. They performed their hit song live, joined by Snoop Dogg and a choir of formerly homeless musicians. The performance was streamed worldwide, raising even more money and awareness for those in need. The couple's story became a trending topic again, not just for the miracle of their transformation, but for the movement they'd inspired. "Ray and Tasha taught us to see the humanity in everyone," one commentator said. "Their voices opened our eyes and our hearts." Snoop Dogg continued to use his influence to shine a light on poverty and homelessness, encouraging other artists to get involved. "You never know whose story will change the world," he told a national audience. "All it takes is one act of kindness, one moment of belief." Ray and Tasha's non-profit expanded to other cities, offering scholarships, music workshops, and emergency assistance for homeless families. Their impact was felt far and wide, proof that music and compassion could change lives. The couple celebrated their first anniversary in their own apartment, surrounded by new friends and old supporters. They shared a quiet moment on the balcony, watching the city lights and listening to the echo of songs still being sung on the streets below. Tasha smiled, her eyes full of gratitude. "We made it, Ray, not just for us, but for everyone who needs hope." Ray squeezed her hand, thinking back to the cold nights and uncertain mornings. He knew their journey wasn't over, but they would face whatever came next together, with music in their hearts and purpose in every step. And in cities across America, people remembered their story, a reminder that sometimes a song on a sidewalk can spark a movement and change the world.